We're here at the West Coast Classic with the one, the only Jason Cutler, Mr. Olympia. So I hear from sources, and that would be Lonnie, that you are as meticulous in your business as you are if you were with your contest prep. So how many things you got going on these days?
You know, it's kind of funny because you started this interview and you called me Jason, and my mom is usually the only one that calls me Jason. A lot of people don't realize that my real name is Jason. And it's kind of funny, when I got into bodybuilding, I changed my name to Jay. I shortened it. But even my high school friends call me Jason, so I appreciate that. And it's always great. We always catch up at this show, it seems like, and do these interviews. And we go back quite a ways, quite a few years back. And, yeah, I mean, my bodybuilding career was very my approach was a little different. I was very rigid about my routine, so I didn't deviate much from basically eating, sleeping, training. And along the way, I learned that it wasn't just about bodybuilding, it was about building brands, and then, of course, taking the success I had on the bodybuilding stages and propel into different arenas of my life that would eventually be where I would end up when I stepped away from the stages. And I was able to do that with a comfortable position when I retired at 40. And, you know, today, I mean, I'm doing supplements, I do show promotions, I do clothing brands. I'm in the cannabis business. I just got out of the ammo business. I mean, I do a lot of different...
Let's go back. Cannabis business, what are you doing there?
I've actually, I've had a cannabis license in Las Vegas for over 6 years now. So I started when it was medical and now, of course, recreational. So I have a cultivation facility there. I've been doing that for quite a while. Started on the health aspect because I work actually insurance. Doing medical liens and other things, so it was a great opportunity for me to be able to kind of put my hands in that a little bit. And now, of course, as we know, cannabis has been showing a lot of for health reasons. It's really, you know, giving people another alternative medicine to pain medications and really helping with you know, a lot of different disorders that people have. So I'm happy to be involved with that on that side.
So what, is there a brand name there? If I walked into MedMen, when I see your stuff?
It's called G5 Cultivation. So it's sold only in Las Vegas because when you do cultivation, it's only in that state. You can't kind of cross state lines with that. Although there are some other brands, we do some branding with a couple hip hop people and you know, I'm sure hopefully I'll expand outside of, you know, Nevada at some point. So,
well, you've really taken it. So the last time we talked, which was a couple of years ago, due to the pandemic,
yes,
etc., you were looking forward to relaxing a little, traveling, enjoying food all over the world. Did that happen?
You know what? Life is kind of strange because I still follow a pretty good diet. Have I enjoyed the Kentucky Fried Chicken or the Taco Bell that I never ate? No. I do get to eat out. I don't have to weigh the portions as much as I used to. And you know, I mean, you used to watch me guest pose on these stages for the West Coast every year. It was my last guest posing before I started my prep for the Mr. Olympia every year. So I would be already into my preparation, but at the same time, I was eating a tremendous amount of food. And that's the nice downside of now I've lost about 60 pounds since I was on the stage guest posings here. And I've been able to transition to eat a lot lighter things. I probably only eat about 3 or 4 portion meals a day. And, you know, I'm 47 now. It's not like I'm trying to be a certain weight anymore. I don't weigh myself on a scale. I look in the mirror and I look at my face instead of looking at my body. And you know, it's been a nice transition for me. But I've traveled around the world. I've got to tour still for bodybuilding, but also on vacations. I've enjoyed the Italian food, the wine. I've traveled to Germany. I experienced Oktoberfest a few years ago. So I've done some things that kind of were on the bucket list that I weren't able to do when I was competing.
Well, you still look pretty good in a t-shirt, I have to say.
I'm still doing it. I mean, I still train. Believe it or not, I train 7 days a week. So I actually train more now than I did when I was competing.
Well, you don't have that goal of Prontus prep and getting lean or whatever. You just want to stay in good shape.
I think the biggest thing for me is I don't train to destroy my body, to fatigue the muscles. I do it more for the health aspect, and I do it a lot for my mental my mental state. So when I first started training at 18, I actually joined the gym as a stress reliever. when I was going to college, and I was tossed between my family business, them wanting me to go into business. I wanted to go to college, and I started pursuing a degree in criminal justice, and then I found the gym, and that 2 hours I spent from 8 to 10 at night after all my classes were over, there was no stress in my life. And that's why I fell in love with bodybuilding. And then eventually I led to the stage. I got coaxed into competing by offering a free gym membership in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I did well. And next thing I knew, I was in California visiting the Mecca, and I actually ate at Jerry's Deli with Lonnie Teeper when I was 20 years old for the first time, and I said, man, I want to be around this culture. And next thing you know, he was writing magazine articles on me alongside of you and Iron Man magazine, and covering different aspects, of course. But it's great to always see you supporting. Still, I mean, you're still here. You're always smiling. I see you backstage, and you still look the same as you did when I first started coming here 15 years ago.
That's very sweet. Well, I'm still the same age as I was 15 years ago.
That's what we are, right?
We always are. So tell me just one serious question. So a lot of times when bodybuilders start to get into their 40s, they'll talk about the way they've changed training, not so much weight, more feel, more reps. Has that happened to you in your dotage here?
I think it depends on the day. Sometimes the ego's still there a little bit, and it depends who I'm training with, but I'm still doing a lot of stuff on YouTube. I have J Cutler TV, and I have a lot of things on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok, I'm on Snapchat. I do it all, so I'm actually putting a lot of content out there. So listen, my following still doesn't want to see me just pump weights. They want to see me actually push a little iron. So I get under some heavy weights still, but I'm very careful about how much I actually push and how the kind of technique that I do that at.
Okay, so when do you travel next?
This is it. I've actually been on the road the last 4 weeks, and this is an easy trek from Vegas. I drove, and I'll probably actually head back tonight. I'm probably driving in the middle of the night because the heat is so crazy here, and this is record in Vegas too. So I think, I'm home for a minute, and then, at the end of the season, I'm looking at trying to get over to FIBO, and I have Sweden booked the end of the year, maybe Middle East tour. So we'll see. We'll see. As long as the world keeps opening up and we head in a better direction, I think it's all positive, and I'm just happy I'm here and this show was able to take place.
Absolutely. Don't miss those Swedish meatballs. Okay, Jay Cutler at the NPC West Coast Classics. Jason Cutler at the NPC West Coast Classic 2021. Thank you.